Wait, hold on. You may, or have you even ever wondered why when counting numbers and you get to say 19 and the next number isn't 110 but 20? It's rather unfortunate that even when you were not a magician, you learned this magic before the actual practice or the understanding. Relax, CMG-MathSpace got your back. Now, you may have already been introduced to number bases on this channel, where we established that for base 10, the digits involved are from 0 to 9. For base 9, 0 to 8. For base 8, 0 to 7. And this continues up to base 2. Right. Now, let's go a bit deeper for the reasons behind this counting system. So stay tuned. Now, for understanding, let's use this textbook for demonstration or illustrations. So example, we are saying that when working in base 2, for example, you borrow 2 and not 10, right? In base 10, you borrow 10. That is why the answer that we got, the 19 plus 1, was giving what? The 30 and not 110, because the borrowing was in base 10 and all that. So now, let's look at this example where we do addition on 26 plus 36. Right, we are saying that to add these two numbers, we first consider the ones column and then we calculate 6 plus 6. Now, let's take this understanding also that in figures or in numbers, we have something we call place values. And then typically for positive numbers or figures, the numbers or the place values start from the right and then move to the left. So starting that way, we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, the 100,000 and all that. So they go in that way, in that phase or that sequence. Now, when we involve decimals or negative numbers and all that, we have something we call the what? It rather start from the 10th, right? So 10th when we are moving to the right, and then when we are moving to the left, it begins from what? The ones again and move that way. Now you may be wondering, what am I talking about? If you still want, if you still or you care to know, check on this channel where I think in chapter 3 we did number system, the real number system. They are there, very exhaustive, right? So coming back to the idea, so having these place values and then adding numbers under these place values, this is where we consider the bases. Which base are you working in or adding in? So this is what we consider. So typically the number system that we do typically in our daily life, normal activities, they are in the tens base or the columns, let me say it that way. So this is what we do. Hence, whatever you borrow is in tens, right? So that is why when you borrow, the remainder is rather 10 and not something else. So now typically, let's look at this. So we are saying that we are going to add 26 plus 36. So adding this one and this one, these are in the the ones column. So from the left, ones column, the 2 and 5 in the tens column. It will follow in hundreds, thousand, and so. So adding 6 and 6, they are in what? The ones column, right? So hence, when we add it, we have 12. So it means that under normal circumstance, these 12 should have been under 12 and 6, under 6 and 6. But that's not possible because we are working in base what? 10. Hence, 12 is bigger than what? 10. It's bigger than 9. Right? So the moment is bigger than 9, then we have to take some and leave some and carry it forward as a remainder. So now let's read. So we are saying that this is what? 12 is greater than 9. So we carry 1 from the ones column of that particular 12, right, to the tens column of the 5, the 2 and 3, right? So that's what you have to do to that column. Now, considering the tens column, we calculate 1, the remainder that we got, plus 2 plus 3. So 3, 2 and 3. Then the remainder that we carried, which was 1 from the 12, that is it. So we left the 2 behind. Hence 2 will be here. Then the 1 will carry forward. So that 1 that we carried forward will be that 1 plus 2 plus 3, which will now give us 6. Now this 6, once again, is less than 9. So if it is less than 9, then we keep it. giving us what? A resultant figure of what? 6.2. That is the calculation. Now, when we were in the elementary, the crèche or whatever, all that we learned was by rote learning. So you listen, you reproduce, you write. You listen, you reproduce, you write. So 1 plus 1 is 2. That's what you have been taught. 2 plus 2 is 4. 5 plus 5 is 10. You just learned that way by rote. You didn't really understand. So what was happening was that there was actual reason behind these calculations. So this is what we call number system. So in this particular chapter, on this particular calculation or the work that we are doing, when you have been given, you have to consider the base that the answer or the question demands. Not because of what you think or what you know, but what the question is asking you. Hence, this is the reason. So the reason why I actually did this calculation or this preliminary or introductory video was because we are going to head into binary, I think, operations on what? Base numbers. That is the arithmetic operations. We have learned that any calculation that we do, any chapter that we do, one way or the other, we will end up doing arithmetic operations. That's addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So you have to understand them. So each topic and how things are done. But for addition, we know that addition is just adding two numbers. For subtraction, subtracting from other, division, dividing by another, and then multiplication, multiplying by another. That's the thing. But the topic will demand how this is done. So that is it. So we will go on and then explain the others. So I think with this introductory video, when we get to any of the bases, addition, you know why it is so, right? So under normal circumstance, if you were to add the normal way that we know, then I would say that this should have been 5 and then 12. Do you know why? And maybe something of this, so because 12 is 6 plus 6 will be 12. So I put everything there. Then the 2 plus 3 will be 5. So that will be 5, 12, which will be wrong because in base 10, this is wrong. You understand? So that is why when we are given a question, we stick to that. So someone could even do this without telling them, if you didn't tell me which base I'm working in, then if I should give you 5, 12, it is not wrong because you didn't tell me or ask me to do this in a particular base or not. So hence, that is it. But here, in normal daily life, even though you have not been told, it is presumption that it is in base 10. Hence, this 26 plus 36 will be 62. So that is the reason. So I think we will see in the next video. And please stay tuned as I show you this. So if you are really enjoying the lessons on this channel, you can check this particular channel also, where we have the chapters really structured for the various chapters. We are currently on chapter 5, where here you can actually return to the chapter or the video anytime as and when you need them. Yes, please like, share, and then let's hit operation 1K and then we start going live. So thank you very much. We'll see you on the other side. Bye for now.